Okay, this one says 2x plus 5 is less than or equal to negative 1, or 4/3 x minus 3 is greater than 5. Now, what would my videos be without a fraction problem? So, this is probably the last fraction one I'm going to do, but since you guys are still probably not used to getting rid of the fractions, I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure you guys really understand what's going on. So, once again, I have a conjunction, which means I'm going to treat these guys completely separate. So I'm going to subtract 5 to both sides. So you get 2x is less than or equal to negative 6. So x is less than or equal to negative 3. Now, the problem with these is people think that since I have a negative here and I'm dividing, anytime I'm dealing with a negative, I flip the sign. It's only when you multiply or divide by the negative. We're dividing by positive 2, so we don't flip the sign. So make sure you don't make that mistake. Okay, so on this other one, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So we get 4/3 x is greater than 8. Now, we're going to do this a little differently. Instead of getting rid of the fractions at the very beginning, I'm going to leave the fraction and actually deal with it now. So a lot of people want to say, okay, divide by 4/3, but that just makes things look really bad. So dividing by something is the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by its reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply this by 3/4 and this by 3/4. We're going to use our little trick. 2 times 3 is 6, so x is greater than 6. So here we go. X is less than or equal to negative 3. So I'm going to go to negative 3, less than or equal to, so it's going to be solid. Negative 3 less than or equal to, so I'm going to go this way. All right? Now, x is greater than 6. It's going to be open, and we're going to go this way. Okay, so set notation. Set notation is pretty much... Oh, by the way, I forgot to put my or, so let's put an or here. Set notation is exactly what we said here, except we're going to have x such that it obeys a certain rule. So the rules that it's going to obey is its x is less than or equal to negative 3, or x is greater than 6. And that's set notation. Interval notation, remember we go from the very left and go right. So the most left part of the answer is actually way down here, which ends up being negative infinity. And we're going to go to negative 3. And we're going to include negative 3. Now remember, we never include negative infinity or positive infinity because we can never get to it. Therefore, we should never include it. And then I'm going to do the little union sign. The union means it's going to be this part together with this part, the union of these two guys. So and then we're going to go to 6. So 6 is not included, so I'm going to do a parenthesis to infinity. Now, I don't like the way that union sign looks, so I'm going to make it a little prettier. And so that is your answer for this one.